Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think they should let me sit so close to her when I'm having a beer and everything else. So
We're
you
at
made the mistake
FuelFest.
of
We're
letting
all
me
friends
sit.
here.
I know, she's already scooting away from me because she knows me too well. But we were talking, and I didn't know this until I met Hailey. And I was like, oh, my God, that's amazing. She goes, I've been building it for like 3 years. And I'm like, what are you doing, saving up for parts? I'm like, how does it take 3 years to build? And
Yeah.
she said, I'm trying to find the parts. And I'm like, just get the parts. And she's like, no, they don't make them anymore. And that's after interviewing everybody and talking to everybody here, I'm like, oh, my God. I'm such an old man that I just like, oh, yeah, the HREs on Shahar's car. Or
Yeah.
she's got Advan AVS Model 5s on that thing, and I haven't seen those in so long. She's like, I can't find the wing. And I'm like, wait, what? And I thought about it. It's like you really, when you build these cars, it's not just about like paying tribute to the film, but being period, not just period correct, but film correct?
Yeah, you want to be as close to the movie as possible, and I think for me, the only thing that's not movie accurate that I guess I'll out myself with is that front bumper. Otherwise, like everything externally is exactly the same, and I'm super proud of that because it took a lot of time to track everything down.
I think Shahar said the same thing. I don't want to interrupt you real quick, but he said something about having to go to Russia to source something. Did you tell me that too? Or someone else was telling me that they found in Russia they're doing recreations, like repops of the original front ends and the original body kits and the aero parts.
I don't know about that, but I'll get something from Russia.
Oh,
if I need
So,
to.
so I'm curious about that. You know, you said you just outed yourself, but your car looks amazing, by the way, might I add. Why the front bumper? Is it just hard to get, or you haven't found it, haven't sourced it, or what is it? What is the bumper that you're looking for versus what you have?
So it's a Zeal bumper, which that's not a thing, doesn't make it anymore. But the bumper in the movie was a rip off of that by VIS.
It was a VIS.
and they don't have that.
They don't even
mold
do that
anymore.
anymore.
So the only way you're going to get it is if somebody has it in their garage and they forgot about it and want to sell it on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So still hoping to make that work out, but I didn't want to keep me from like doing something like this today.
Have you felt like you were close to getting it at one point? Like, have you had any good leads? That's like,
Oh yeah.
I'm close. Have you had that moment?
Yeah, there's actually, so the body kit that I have on it, I found the side skirts and the back bumper from a guy that is in Pennsylvania, and
Okay.
this Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, do you have the front bumper? And he's like, oh, I sold it a couple years ago. And so there's a guy named Gabriel in Florida who has Letty's hero car from the movie, and he has that front bumper. And I was like, did it come on the car? Like, how did you get that? And he goes, no, I got it on Facebook Marketplace from this guy in Pennsylvania. So
Oh my God,
has
you're
the front
you're
bumper.
tracing the
Oh,
actual
so it went back
parts.
He has my front bumper, and I have, the matching
man,
side skirts and back bumper.
That is why. That's such a journey. Think about it. It makes you appreciate. Like, obviously, you and I will go on Amazon and order part of Facebook Marketplace. Like, oh, I need Motegi wheels, and get them right off the press there, and it's easy to shop for. But looking for something that's very specific that is not really in any production and lost in somebody's garage has to be probably an extremely difficult process.
Yes, very much so. But what I want to do is I want to take a little pivot here because Hailey's done so much in her short time here. You're here in a professional capacity too. And I don't want to go behind the fourth wall, but I kind of do because I've been drinking. So I want to say, if someone could show me that they're following Cody Walker on Instagram, show me. Don't just raise your hand, son. And I got a Lean Customs pin for you.
Okay, let's see, Nads.
Man, he's got the giveaways.
Oh, we've been cranking out giveaways left and right. It has been, to be honest, this stage is like the best kept secret.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to the main stage, but it's like, yo, we got all the fun people coming over here and hanging out. Oh, Nads, we got another one. Can we get our runner up? We got a runner up for you. We got you something nice. But you also, so not just about your car, even though you just unveiled it here, correct? You unveiled
I did,
it here?
yeah. This is the first event that I've ever brought it to.
How has the attention been? Has it been drawing a lot of attention? Because it is, like I said, we look over here, we don't really see one. It's one of those cars that are slept on. But has it
Yeah.
been getting some good eyes over there?
It's been incredible to see people's reactions. I've kind of been watching from afar of like how many people have been getting excited about it. People wearing Letty shirts and
Yeah.
taking photos and somehow finding me because I don't have any of my handles on there because I have like my personal account
For sure.
and then the car account, but people are still tagging me. So the reaction has been
Wow.
absolutely just rewarding.
What's the car account?
Letty's 240 SX?
Letty's 240 SX. Okay, let me give that. Is your boyfriend here with you? Oh, she doesn't have a boyfriend. You get a pin. Can I be your boyfriend?
Oh
No, she doesn't.
This is
Okay.
Nads all day.
Okay,
you know
never mind,
Nads well
How
enough
about you?
that this is
that your boyfriend?
Nads
Oh, you don't
on
get
the
it.
clock and off the clock.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There you are. There you are. No. I'm a mess. I know.
And so, to kind of shift gears, like Nads was saying, outside of building awesome cars now, been doing tons of media stuff from what we've been seeing. Yeah, we've been taking a look at your Instagram, and you kind of been doing like everything. What have you had your hands in over the past few months? Because you've been doing a lot of stuff.
It's honestly, my brain turns to mush when I get asked questions like that, because I'm freelance and I work on just like I am my own boss, and I am booking different things every day, every week. So it's I don't have anything consistent. So I kind of like I do a project and then I move right on, and then I do that project and then I move right on. So it's nice to keep busy. A lot of it is photography, video. Today I'm doing Cody's social media.
That's what I wanted to talk about. If you're following Cody Walker, which is why I brought him up earlier, and you see like these beautiful cinematic portraits of him in the middle of a car show where there's just mayhem going on, a lot of that is Hailey, and she's the one that's behind the scenes today that's doing that. So you could thank her for the beautiful pictures of Cody today. Well, also, he's a beautiful man, so it's really hard for him to take a bad photo, but Hailey makes him look good. But I see you're also doing stuff for my friend Verone. Shout out to my friend Verone from Galpin Auto Sports and Porsche Santa Clarita. You did a beautiful feature of just a gorgeous, really wild, like 80s neon pop 911 Cabrio back in the day where you shot it out in the desert and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say back in the day, that was like
a year ago.
It was like a year ago. So I know everything for me is back in the day, but that's beautiful. How do you come up with the inspiration to get that sort of out of the box photography?
I think it's really fun to take cars that are so vibrant, and that's a show car. People don't want to take that somewhere where you're going to get dust on it, where you're going to get rock chips. And when you can take a car like that into such a natural environment where that like purpley pink just popped so well against the desert and like that background, I really fought for that, and I was really really excited that they agreed to take it out there.
When you talked about outing yourself earlier, I'm going to out you again because you have this 240SX.
Yeah.
But when I met you, wasn't what you were driving, and the family that you come from, and the history that you come from, and your penchant, shall I say, for the types of vehicles you are, is not in keeping with what something would be for Letty's JDM era Fast and the Furious 240SX. What is your sort of favorite type of vehicle, your favorite genre, so to speak?
Yeah, I come from a tried and true Chevy family, so all the way back to great-grandparents. But my mom's first car was a 67 Camaro. My dad's was a 69 Corvette. And we've literally all had Chevy since then. My first car was a 2011 Camaro. I have a 93 Blazer, and this year I'm hoping to get a 70 Chevelle. So that's my next project.
God.
Muscle cars are coming back, man.
She get
they
any
never
more-
went away, but
They
they're
never
still
went out of style.
they're still a big thing here.
Could she get any more hotter? She's got
it is.
Letty's 240, and she wants to get a Chevelle too.
Well, you know what's so funny is we were talking muscle cars earlier today, and we were talking about, man, the evolution of EV and muscles and all this stuff. It's like, can you imagine the Fast and Furious franchise with an EV?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
it would be a lot quieter.
it'd be like, oh, man. Well, as I was telling Nads earlier, it's like, do you remember the first opening scene of Fast and Furious and they do the drag race? Imagine if that scene was all done in electric cars.
Oh, it'd be so anticlimactic.
Someone would be setting the Tesla into ludicrous mode. Bink, bink. That was
The
it.
future.
And they wouldn't have to shift 11 times in the drag race either because it just takes off.
It takes away all the gear shifts. The movies would
No
be an
gear
hour
shifts.
shorter from just
No
taking
gear
all the
shifts.
gear shifts out
No
of it.
gear shifts. No fun.
No, but it's cool to see the American muscle scene even get more popular. And even we were talking about like the Dodge just released the 170, and a lot of these manufacturers are like, we got to get back to the source of what made us cool, rather than getting away from the minivan era. Which, don't get me wrong, there's a place for them, but like give us the raw power, give us something that makes us want to drive our car every day. So it's cool to hear that you're bringing back some of that old steel muscle.
Yeah.
What's your plans with them? You know, you're talking about building or looking for the other two cars. What are you looking to do with them? Just
I mean, I like to drive my car, so I just want something that works, mostly.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm in a place to do crazy builds, which I know is probably really exciting. And with my Letty build, I've documented the whole thing, and and I'm putting that on YouTube slowly but surely. And that's probably the main car that I will add like that project component to upgrading and keeping all of my mods there. And I think when I do end up getting a muscle car, I already know that it's tricky to keep those on the road running well, so I want to make sure I have something that is going to be consistent.
So yeah, talking about the YouTube channel, where can we find you on the YouTubes?
Hailey Magoon, just my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. And you talk about how you're not in a position to do mods, but I've seen you like fixing your Camaro on the side of the road, and you're doing builds, and your space right now, which I gotta check out. She'll never let me see it though, because I'll never leave. I'll just camp out with her cat. Tell us about your space. You got a pretty cool space, and you're maybe potentially live, work, studio, filming, everything space?
Yeah, I think I've always been a person that I'm really influenced by my environment, so I try to kind of have like an all-in-one creative space, and the last space that I moved into, I really wanted something that I could keep all of my cars, I could work on them, I could do photo shoots, I can film, I can YouTube content, and also have people come over and do a meeting and throw up a movie, and it's kind of an all-in-one space that works really well for what my lifestyle is.
Shout out to the freelancers. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Also-
Like, shout out to the freelancers.
The mercenaries, the ones who live that pirate life. But I also want to say shout out to the women, and I can't say it enough, and she's going to unfriend me now, but she's a beautiful girl, and she could trade on her looks, but she does not. And so shout out to women in this space who actually exist as contributing to the overall benefit of other women out there and up and coming that aren't just trading on looks and aren't just there to sit on the cars, but actually work on the cars and do their own work, exist as a photographer and be behind the camera instead of in front of the camera. So like, honestly, Hailey, I think as a girl dad, I'm very proud to be your friend and call you like a friend, because I think that's very, very cool. I was excited to introduce my daughter to you. I just think you're a great inspiration for the next generation
Absolutely.
of builders that are, what's up, my friend? So here's to you. I saw it. I thought he was going to do it. I wouldn't hate on you, but shout out to you for doing that. I think that's really great, and I like that you're doing it on your own terms and doing it your own way and being just a positive influence to the next generation. Instead of, I don't want to call anybody out, but a lot of women in the industry kind of don't necessarily take that path, and it's refreshing to see that you just exist as a human and not something, you're not there to be objectified. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, especially with FuelFest coming out here, you've been to other FuelFest before, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the last few years I have worked, so I usually am doing photography for the event as a whole, and then I've been going since the very first one when it was the In Memory of Paul car show.
Wow, so you've been around the block. Now, running social media for Cody this weekend, DMs are probably going crazy, just like...
Oh yeah, I'm like, I should turn I got my phone on silent.
Yeah,
I can't imagine Cody Walker's IG on a regular day, but on the day that is in tribute to Paul, reach out worldwide. Please donate today if you have not. Paul's charity was very important to him, and it's amazing to see Cody and Felicia and the entire FuelFest family continue that tradition. So, oh my God, look at this dress. Beautiful
she
dress.
had a
Oh my
quinceañera.
goodness.
Happy
Yo.
birthday! Evan's got a quinceañera happening
Oh my
over
God,
here, so we had a happy
amazing.
birthday.
Look at what FuelFest is bringing out here today. So shout out to them, but I can't not imagine what Cody Walker's IG looks like today. But if there are any women that are sliding into the DMs, if I could just take a look at the phone and forward it to me, I'll take any of because Cody's married, beautiful
We got
wife.
work to
He
do,
doesn't
Nat.
need 'em.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm more than open. If they want a broken down 56-year-old version, an Alibaba Wish version of Cody Walker, I will gladly step to the plate. But we got to bounce the main stage. I'm sure you got to bounce back to.
Got your hands full. I see you pull out the phone and smoking because of IG just going insane. It's like, put it away. It's on fire. It's on fire.
My
Stop.
butt is actually burning so much right now.
Your butt is on fire. Girl. Should I not say that?
You
I'm
got.
sorry.
You got.
I
Look
should
at.
not
See,
say-
there it is.
Oh
Look
my
at
God,
this.
there it is.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God, it's
This
just
is
nonstop.
just this. Okay. Hailey,
Yo,
thank you
my
so
man.
much for being here, being a part of this, and doing everything you do, not just for automotive as a whole, but being so inspiring to so many women and getting people involved in automotive and motorsports. You're an amazing influencer, and if you guys are not already, please follow her on Instagram and YouTube while she takes you on this journey of being such an amazing person, but a freelancer that works so damn hard. Hailey,
Yes, thank
you so much
Hailey
for
Magoon,
being here.
Thank you so much, everyone.